So Linda went missing on June 16th, 2021. So hers is not too old, about 3 years, from Table Rock, Nebraska. She was a white female. She was 55 years old at the time she went missing. She was 5 foot tall, 125 pounds. She was last seen wearing a black shirt, black DKNY boxer shorts, brown Birkenstock sandals. It says just a lot of jewelry, including a turquoise necklace on a silver chain. Initial reports were that she was wearing a white tank top, denim shorts, and brown lace-up sandal boots. However, police did recover those items. Apparently, she had left those behind. It says she suffered from hip dysplasia, and she may have difficulty walking long distances as a result, and she may use a cane to walk. She has brown hair and blue eyes. She had previously broken her middle finger. Her ears are pierced. She may dye her hair another color or wear hair extensions or a wig, including possibly a purple and a white wig. She has the following tattoos. The words Heaven's Door under her chin. That may be the one in that smaller picture. If you can see it on the slide, I think that's the only picture of the tattoos they included on Charley Project. She has 2 large wings with a caricature of a person on her chest, 2 Derringer pistols on her abdomen, wings with the initials DCD on her lower back, the date December 18th, 2008, or December 15th, 2008 on the back of her neck, the name Laquita on her arm, and a flower on her wrist. So it's always good to, when we have missing persons, any distinguishing scars, tattoos, anything like that is always good information to have to help jog somebody's memory that, oh, I saw a lady with all these, with these tattoos. Or not, if they find remains, depending which 3 years, not to be too graphic, but 3 years now, if they found remains, you probably wouldn't have a whole lot to work with as far as, identifying. But I still like to include any things of that nature anyway. All right, so Linda lived actually in Fairbury, Nebraska at the time of her disappearance. She had gone to Table Rock, Nebraska with friends, and that is where she disappeared from. Now, she did speak to family members on the phone on June 15th, 2021. She says she had been assaulted, as in S.A., assaulted by male residents of the place where she was staying. According to her friends, they drank that night. They did some substances at the rural farm where they were staying. And then one of the articles, I don't know if it's the article I'm going to read from, it said it was kind of like a commune type place. People just kind of came and went, and And so at about 3:30 a.m. on June 16th, Linda report. Make sure I got the names. Not getting the names mixed up. Yeah, Linda. Linda reportedly had a fight with a man named James Money, who lived at this Table Rock property where she was staying at. He later said that she had accused him of SA, and that after that she left and she has never been seen or heard from again. So the 4 friends that she was with at the time of her disappearance have given conflicting statements about what occurred. So red flags already there. James Money, who was the one she alleged SA'd her, said at first he said that she left on foot. Then later he claimed that someone picked her up and drove away with her. And one of her friends was actually caught using her Cash App account after she disappeared. And another friend or acquaintance allegedly told someone that whoever this person was, had helped hide a dead body. So I'm going to go on the assumption that she meant maybe she helped hide Linda's body. I don't know. It's kind of confusing the way they worded it. So Linda does have ties to the Hiawatha, Kansas area. She did not have a car or driver's license at the time of her disappearance. She did maintain regular contact with her family. Authorities stated that she is missing under obviously suspicious circumstances and that she may have been a crime victim, and her case is unsolved. So if you have any information regarding Linda's case, you can call the Pawnee County Sheriff's Office at 402-852-2969. And let me get her, find the right article, her additional information. And I hope it doesn't throw me behind a paywall. So this article is from original article is from March of 2022. It was updated May of 2023. So it says, amid search for missing Fairbury woman, Table Rock man maintains innocence. So this is about, I believe, Mr. Money. So the daughter of a missing Fairbury woman who disappeared near Table Rock last June issued a tearful plea as volunteers and law enforcement officers from more than 10 agencies began a large-scale search for Linda Dillard near the Pawnee County town Thursday morning. We definitely miss her, and we hope to find her or any evidence leading to her. Winter Shaber told reporters near the Table Rock Wildlife Management Area more than 9 months after her 55-year-old mother was last seen walking away from a private residence within a few hundred yards of the search site, according to the Nebraska State Patrol. As around 150 participants began a 3-day search for Dillard's remains or evidence in her disappearance, Shaber acknowledged the grim reality of what investigators might uncover in the 600 acres of wooded area. Can you imagine, just how hard it would be? Because we know, any of us who, all of us who follow true crime know it is very, very hard to find remains in wooded areas. You can walk within a couple of feet of it and just not even see it, unfortunately. So Shaber went on to say, I would say I'm mainly hopeful for resolution. I mean, obviously, it's not an ideal situation for anybody to go through, but I have been mentally preparing myself for quite a while. State Patrol investigators believe that Dillard, who has not been seen since June 16th, may have been the victim of a crime, including theft, assault, kidnapping, or homicide. And this is according to search warrants that were filed in Lancaster and Pawnee counties. As a State Patrol sergeant briefed search parties on the circumstances of Linda's disappearance, she told volunteers from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln Anthropology Department to look for bone or clothing and not to touch anything. State Patrol Lieutenant Eric Jones said the specific search area represented a last frontier for investigators who he said have thoroughly combed much of the area, and it gives near 62755 715th Road. The acreage Dillard visited in the days leading up to her disappearance. After months of investigating, Jones said the State Patrol chose this weekend for the ground search to ensure foliage was dormant and visibility was high. He said the search area includes about 400 acres of wildlife management area and 200 acres of private land. He says, we were out here in July and several other occasions throughout the fall months, but as you can imagine, the grass was high, the corn was tall, it just wasn't conducive to doing a really thorough search of the area. He said investigators have not received any new information that led them back to the area on Thursday. He declined to say whether the State Patrol is pursuing any suspects in the case, and asked if the agency was concerned a large police presence in the area would tip off potential suspects or negatively impact the investigation? Jones answered with one word, no. Authorities have been searching for Dillard since her ex-husband reported her missing June 20th, 4 days after she was last seen. In court filings, State Patrol investigator Amanda DeFries said Dillard had left her home near Fairbury in mid-June to visit friends in the Falls City area. Dillard and a friend drank at a bar in Salem on June 12th, which was a Saturday, then visited the acreage near the search area and joined a group drinking in Table Rock the next day. And this was according to what DeFries said in a sworn affidavit. Investigators believe that James Money, who lives on the property, was among the last known individuals to have seen Dillard alive, according to the affidavit. Money, who had previously told investigators that Linda had walked away from the white two-story house east of Table Rock at about 3 a.m. June 16th, after accusing him of SA. Then he later said a friend picked her up and they drove away. And once again, according to the affidavit, as volunteers searched the surrounding area for Dillard's remains, Money largely reported the same claims that he made to investigators while offering alternate theories about what happened. The 62-year-old said that he had offered haven or a place for Linda to stay, who he described as an old friend. He said the last time he saw Linda was as she walked away from his property at around 2:30 a.m. June 16th, about an hour after she had called her ex-husband to pick her up, according to the State Patrol. Most of all, Money repeatedly said that he had nothing to do with Linda's disappearance. He says, quote, "What could I do but let her walk off? I can't keep her hostage. I gave her haven a couple, 3 days is all." And it says, he said, laughing, "I didn't do it. I didn't do it." Jeffrey Hagemeyer, who lives at the house with Money and who said he met Dillard a few times while she had visited, repeated Money's claims that she left the property on her own accord, though he said he did not witness it. He says, quote, "The story I got was that she just took off walking, got all messed up, and left." He said, and then he alluded to the fact that there are a lot of coyotes in the area. He went on to say, "I won't even walk around out here at night. It's entirely possible if that lady took off walking, disoriented, didn't know where she was, got attacked by them things, you wouldn't find her. You wouldn't find nothing." Money and Hagemeyer were at the house when the State Patrol served a search warrant, according to court filings. Both men said they were detained, but neither of them have been charged with any crime relating to Linda's disappearance. The warrant did turn up a lot of illegal substances, and Mr. Money was charged with 3 counts of possession. He was put in jail. He bonded out. So we'll skip over that. As he thought back to last June, Money said he wished he could alter the events of the night that Linda disappeared. Though he said he's not sure what he could have done differently. Maybe he should have stopped her from walking away, he said, or refused her haven to begin with. But as volunteers and investigators scoured the woods around his property, hoping to find Dillard, Money wasn't sure what he was hoping for. He says, "I'm kind of torn about that. I wish they would have found her before, but then again, if they do, they're probably going to throw charges at me." So all he's worried about is getting charged with something. He says, quote, "I don't know. I mean, I feel sorry about it, but I didn't do it." So that was just a little additional information about the search and what Mr. Money there had to say. So get back into you guys' comments. Oh, let me make sure I didn't have I think that's the only article I had on her. Yeah, okay. Get caught up in comments quickly again. Get back down to where I was at. Okay, there I am. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Chris was telling JP he'll send a Discord request. Yeah, you can put the Discord, Chris, if you can grab the Discord link, or somebody can grab the Discord link and put it in the chat. Absolutely. Thank you. Mr. Arctic is getting our friend channel links in again. But you be careful, Dave. Dave said he's heading to work listening in the car. Be careful out there, Dave. Go take care of your owls, but be careful. Yep, absolutely. Miss Marion says, be careful, Dave. Absolutely. We love Dave. We don't want anything to happen to Dave. Yeah, Miranda says, it's so confusing to me how many missing people there are. I know, it's just heart-wrenching, heartbreaking, just how many they are. I mean, I've said it a million times. We could, not just me, all of the creators, Arctic and me and Duchess and everybody else, Miss PJ, Miss Ange, could be on here 24/7 sharing missing, just doing nothing but sharing missing persons, and unfortunately probably not even be able to make a dent in it. But we do what we can. The more, if we just even get one out there, that's something. Yep, Miss Marion's got her red flag. Yeah, I definitely have some. I want to know more about this Mr. James Money, the one that she alleged essayed her, because his story kept changing. He had 2 or 3 different versions of his story. Yep, Chris has got red flags too. Absolutely. Dolphin says, does she know a homeless person? So going back to, I said it didn't mention in this article, but I did read a couple of articles that just had basic information. This article I used had more information. But this place that they were at, this Table Rock, they described it as maybe kind of a homeless community commune kind of place where people just kind of came and went. So I'm just assuming that maybe some homeless people did come and go. So that is a possibility. Yes, I agree. Chris says, I'm thinking that James Money is an obvious suspect. Absolutely. And JP says, bizarre. Paula says, what was the answer to my question? Did I miss it? Paula put it in again. I might have missed it. Ask it again, Paula. I'm sorry if I overlooked it. Yep, Dolphin says, I need to see what Mr. Money looks like. Yeah, I don't. In most of these articles, they don't put pictures of the men, although he was arrested for unrelated to Linda's disappearance, but for substance charges. So you could go online and find a picture of him, a mugshot at the very least. That's true. Miss Marion says some criminals do look normal. Absolutely. Can't judge a book by its cover. JP says criminals have no dress code. Yeah, JP says, can we just go back to fall all the time? I'd be happy. I would be happy too, my friend. I love fall. More red flags. Junior says over 600,000 people go missing every year in the U.S. It's just unreal. Yep, Mr. James says if you waited 4 days to report her missing, sounds funny to me. I agree. Dolphin says, I wonder if she knows of Mary. I don't know. Hello, Sunday Doodle says they are here listening. Good to have you listening. Thank you so much. Dolphin says, I feel it's a woman or homeless person that she knew. That's possible. Like I said, just ask it again, Paula. If I might have overlooked it accidentally, just ask whatever question you had. Just ask it again, and I will do my best to answer it. Yeah, JP says sounds like he's almost confessing to it, like he's almost incriminating himself. Like, did they ever tell him what it was?